Alright guys, we're getting ready to do a quick range test with this AFG GBN brand angled forward grip. We're going to see how comfortable it is and how well it kind of holds together when we put a few rounds through this Radical Firearms upper, PSA lower, AR-15. There's a video I released a couple months ago where I was accuracy testing this AR pistol. I had it in a lead sled, I took some shots with it, and I showed off that it could be a fairly accurate gun. There's also another scene that was previously, and I had since cut that footage out. And in that footage that I deleted, there was me shooting this gun in a way that might have been questionable. I was basically going off of what I believe to be current law, because I went to the CAC Industries or Shockwave Technologies website, and they had information posted where they were basically taking information from the SB Tactical Brace and they were putting it on their website saying, well, since it applies to SB Tactical, it applies to all AR-15 stabilizing fins and braces. And so I got a little scared, so I went ahead and took that video down, and all you saw was a footage of me target shooting the rifle, or the AR-15 pistol. And now we're going to go out. I'm just going to be cheek wielding the AR-15 when I'm shooting it. It's not going to be shouldered, okay, and none of the video footage at all, while I'm testing out this angled foregrip. Now, what you also didn't see in that footage, or if you saw the video originally when it was posted, this AR-15's got problems. It was jamming 1 to 2, 3 rounds, brass, steel case, it didn't matter. It was having issues feeding, I was getting double feeds, I was getting failures to extract. So what I did was I went ahead and polished up the feed ramps on it. So we're going to see if that helps out a little bit. I don't know if it's going to do anything or not. If that doesn't do it, I might just maybe try it on another pistol lower and see what I can do. See if it's going to run any better. But it's been an okay upper. I mean, you know, 1 to 2 failures every magazine to 20 is highly unacceptable. I've been told, you know, maybe try some different weights in the buffer, because it's got a carbine buffer with the 3, I believe, steel weights in it. I don't think it's got the tungsten weights in there. There's 3 weights in the buffer tube, or in the buffer weight, I can tell you that. A few other things, these screws have come loose on the front. I'm not happy with it, the fact it doesn't just run out of the box the way it's supposed to. Really has me disappointed. So if I have trouble today, and you're going to see it on camera when I'm shooting, I just want to let you know if it starts jamming up. I've had previous problems with this rifle. I'm just going to go with the PSA upper. I've got a PSA lower. I'll get a PSA upper with bolt carrier group, because right now we're running the Radical Firearms upper and the Anderson bolt carrier group, and then just double star charging handle, which works fine. That usually doesn't cause any problems. So anyway, that's going to be it. And also, I'll just be kind of holding it out while I'm shooting it. I won't really be, you know, like I said, shouldering it. So anyway, let's go with the range footage. It's going to be noisy, it's going to be windy. I'm going to my alternate range because my current range is a wet mess right now. This range I can at least take some shots, not worry about getting too muddy, and see how well the gun performs as well as the angle foregrip. We'll see if it still holds together. So, alright, let's go ahead and roll that range footage. Alright, we're just going to run some Tula steel case through this first and see what happens. Hopefully it runs fine. Well, here we go. Okay, here's what's going on. The bolt carrier group wedged up the shell up into the feed ramp. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so that didn't fire. The shell looks okay. It's got some scraping going on. All right, let's go on. Same thing, same problem. It's got little nicks going on here on the shell. It's like dragging. All right, so AFG, perfectly comfortable, no problems, works just fine, good grip. You know, I don't need to put a lot of rounds through it to know it's going to work. It's not moving anywhere. I'm not running and gunning, but just from standing, okay, it's not bad, it's not bad. So we'll head back to the house and we'll do just have a few comments about just the gun in general and what we're gonna do now. All right, bye. Okay, real quick, we're just gonna go ahead and run some American Eagle brass 223 Remington through it. You know, I tried the steel, didn't work brass. Guys, on that first video, I fired a couple hundred rounds through it. Every mag, 1 or 2 issues. I mean, I literally put 200 rounds of steel, probably 100 rounds of brass through it. The first time I took it to the range, hoping it was just a wear and tear issue, maybe some break-in, not the situation. So we're gonna try some brass and see if it makes a difference, all right? All right, there we go. I fired 30 rounds of brass, no problems. We're a little smoky right now. Maybe the polishing helped, I don't know. It certainly did not help out with seal case, so what I'm gonna do is take the seal case ammo out of those spare mags that I have and just run brass through it. Hope it runs okay. I'm still not 100% impressed, but 30 rounds with no issues, that's the best this thing has fired since I bought it. This is the first time I fired brass since I polished the feed ramp, so it could just be crappy steel case ammo. I mean, I run steel case all the time through my Bear Creek Arsenal AR-15 with no problem, so all right, that pretty much wraps it up. We're gonna go back to the house now. This was my shooting position right here. As you can see, got the tripod and the little dirt hill that we're shooting at, and the brass was falling basically at a 4 o'clock position, and so was the steel case. Very consistent in what it was throwing out, okay? So looks like we're gonna be okay for that part of it. Looks like it maybe is not over gas. I think we're gonna be good. So that's basically about a 4 o'clock position, so all right. Okay guys, so we are back from the range. Essentially what happened in all that footage was I had 2 20-round magazines with me that I took that had steel case ammo in them. Before polishing the feed ramps, I could usually get through a mag with no issues. You know, typically every other mag I'd have 1, sometimes 2 that would failure to eject or failure to feed. Well, this time around I had 2 magazines, and then 1 round from each magazine was a failure to feed. It was a live round, okay, it wasn't a round that had been fired yet. And then after I ran those 2, I ran another 2 magazines off camera, same problem. 1 to 2 rounds were a failure to feed properly. It's like they were getting wedged up into the feeding ramps. Funny thing is, what you saw on camera is I took that 30-round PMag with brass ammo in it and ran through all 30 with no issues. And that was something I couldn't do before. So now I'm just kind of perplexed. I really don't know what to do. So I think what I'm probably going to do is get a little more brass ammo, some 5.56, try it in those 2 20-round PMags, and then also take some 30-round PMags with me. And if I keep having problems with the 20-round PMags, it could be a PMag issue. I mean, I find it very hard to believe, but you know what? Guns are just finicky sometimes. Sometimes they like certain mags better than others. But otherwise it was fine. Now as for the AFG, the GVN brand angled forward grip, it's good, it's fine, it fits perfect after running just a couple mags through it. I mean, it doesn't get hot while I grip it like this. I had a good secure grip on it. Getting your thumb up on that Picatinny, it's going to be nice. It's going to hold you in place when you need to use it, okay? And it's got some good ridges in here that do the same thing. I had a viewer that questioned the durability of this, saying, hey, you know, the first time you hit something, it's probably going to shatter or break. I don't doubt that. I know that this is inferior quality to Magpul because it just kind of looks a little bit cheap, and it was cheap. It was $8.88. It's plastic. It's probably hollow inside. So what I'm going to do at some point is a durability test between Magpul AFG and the GVN brand AFG. We'll just drop something heavy on each one and see if they break. I mean, I know that sounds kind of crazy, but what better way to see if it's a strong, durable, dense plastic than just submitting it to some shock and see how well it holds up. I mean, if I was running with this thing and I fell and hit the street, would this thing just crack and shatter or break? You know, it's a very realistic scenario for testing durability. Obviously, it's not going to be on the gun when I do this. I'll have it sitting on concrete and we'll go from there. But for now, it's going to stay, all right, because this is basically just kind of a truck gun. It's around the house gun, but I will get a Magpul AFG on there. Again, I'm just testing out cheap parts on this thing just to see how they work overall. Imitation Embus sights that work fine. They do hold 0, no problems. $15 Bushnell red dot. Well, it's an imitation Bushnell red dot that I bought from wish.com. So yeah, I'm just kind of perplexed. I want to send the upper back, but then part of me says maybe it's just a PMAG issue, and unfortunately I didn't take more brass ammo with me. I've got tons of it, I just didn't grab it. I just had the one mag because I'm usually having good luck with steel case ammo. So for now, what we're going to do is we're just going to go ahead and get a little more brass ammo. We'll run a couple more mags through it. I'm not going to do it on camera. We'll see what happens. If I have problems with it, if it keeps doing the same thing, some failure to feed issues, then finally I will just send it back and just probably go with the PSA upper. So I was just a little frustrated out the range, and I apologize if it was windy and there was a lot of traffic going by and stuff, but anyway, so that's it. So guys, that wraps it up. I want to thank you for joining me today. I know I didn't put a ton of rounds through this thing today, but the grip is fine. It holds just fine. It does what it's supposed to do. It's a hunk of plastic to keep your hand in place. Didn't move, screw didn't come loose, everything was good to go. So, all right, if you like what you saw, guys, please like or subscribe. You can check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. I'm also on gunchannels.com. I've got a live podcast that I do on Saturday mornings called Caliber Corner. It's on at 8 a.m. Central Time, and you can find Caliber Corner over there on gunchannels.com, as well as on YouTube. You can also check me out over on VidMe, and if you want to support the channel, you can follow me over at patreon.com/TravisP11. And you can follow the channel over there. So again, the saga continues on the budget-priced AR-15 pistol. So yeah, I mean, otherwise it was comfortable to shoot. The CAC blade held itself in place. The fin was fine. So there you go. All right, guys, thanks for supporting the channel, those of you that watch, and just thank you for checking everything out. Guys, have a great day. I want you to have fun and be safe. And we will talk to you soon. All right, you take care. Bye-bye.